Hey, you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available 2024, summer 2024. The album, Dad, Shimmy Shimmy AF. This one is dedicated to my granny pack. We are family. Bum, 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 bum. I got all my grannies with me. Boost! How are you guys doing today? Oh my God. Me and my granny pack over here. Hey, grannies. How you doing, grannies? That's what they call the people that watch my videos. They call them the granny pack. Because they think that y'all are 75. Which is so funny whenever I say that in a video. It's the granny panties and the granny pack. And whenever I say that in a video, it's so funny because people are like, well, I'm actually 28 and I watch your videos, but I'll take granny panties, granny pack any day of the week. They live for it. I love it. I love it, actually. I think the granny pack is kind of a cute name. I think I'm going to kind of own it for my cult because I'm a cult leader. Oh my God, I'm a cult leader. That's the other thing is they accuse me of having a cult. Oh my God, I do. They say that my vlog is like a cult and that I have like 2,000 to 4,000 people watching my vlog every single day. That's where I sit on my front porch and I talk about my life, you know, and I drink coffee or like Diet Dr. Pepper or something like that. And I come up with all these lies and these schemes to manipulate people so that they'll follow me, right? They'll follow me. I don't know why. I'm not asking for any money. I'm not asking for a handout. You don't even have to believe in what I say, right? But apparently I'm over there and I'm concocting these huge lies to the grannies of the world, okay? And like yesterday in my vlog, I said, oh my God, I need to come up with a new lie. Because my last lie that I came up with, it was so big, it was so phenomenal, it was so good that I had everybody believing it. And I manipulated so many people. And that was that several years ago, I said that I had fallen in love with LaCroix Limoncello. And I got so many people to believe that when I actually really did love LaCroix Limoncello. But apparently it's lies like that, right? It's lies like I'm not really married, or I'm not really happily married, or I'm not really sober, or I don't really go to meetings, or I don't really have a dog named Boo Radley. His name's, you know, really Steve, or something like that. I just sit on my front porch and I concoct these lies, and the grannies believe it, right? Because they're so stupid that they believe it. That's what they say, right? But listen, I love my grannies. I do, okay? And, you know, all of my videos on all my channels are marked for not made for kids, so that would imply anybody 18 years and older. So if you're 18 or 88, hey, listen, or 98 or 108, y'all are welcome over here, okay? I am so thankful for each and every one of you. And if we're going to be a cult, let's be a cult together, okay? We'll just drink fountain sodas and, you know, coffee and watch horrible movies and TV shows. Oh my God, speaking of which, part of the cult, okay, is that on my Peter Does Stuff channel, I started Peter's Movie Club. Now, I already have 2 book clubs. I have a true crime book club that I run with my good Judy Mel. Hey, Mel, how are you? And then I have Peter's book club. I have to do this after each one, right? I have a true crime book club that I run with my good Judy Mel. Hey, Mel, I just did that, okay? That was like rewind and repeat. And then I have Peter's book club, okay? And now I have Peter's movie club. So I have 7 YouTube channels and 3 clubs. Oh my God! It's like, oh my God. I was never in any clubs when I was in high school, but now I have 3 clubs, okay? 2 book clubs and a movie club. And I started on my Peter Does Stuff channel. And it's all of these like old movies from like back in the day, like from when I was growing up and in my youth, and movies like that I absolutely loved back in the day. And I'm having so much fun on it. Every Friday I announce the movie for the week. This last week was a double feature. Did you watch them? I did. I watched both of them this last weekend. I watched every movie, obviously, so far. That's another thing, is they don't think I read any books or watch any of the movies that I say and all that kind of stuff. Oh. Anyway, I did. I watched Night of the Comet and Roxy, the Welcome Home Roxy Carmichael with Winona Ryder from 1990. It was fantastic. But anyway, it had Melissa Etheridge in it. Come to my window. I love Melissa Etheridge so much. But anyway, so if you want to join the cult, if you want to join, not a cult. If you want to, we could be a cult. Can't we? Can we be a cult? Why can't we be friends? That's the song. James Charles, you should have just come out and done a cover of that song. Now you done ruined that song for me. Because see, now when I hear that, I love that song so much. Do you remember that song? It was in Dazed and Confused. Why can't we be friends? Do you remember that song? Anyway, but James Charles done ruined it. Because now he came out and said, can we just be friends or whatever? No, girl, don't nobody want to do you that way. Okay? Don't nobody want to do you that way, James Charles. Okay? They don't want to be your friend and they don't want to be your do-you, but they don't want to be your do-you partner either. And they probably don't want to be do you in the butt partner either. I don't know, girl. Okay, yesterday in my video, I was trying to give him some helpful suggestions about getting on them apps. And I said, you know those apps, those screwy, fucky, sucky, whatever apps. And people thought that was so funny when I said that. I didn't even know what I said at the time. But anyway, yeah, come join the cult. I mean, the movie club. Come join the movie club, Peter's movie club over there, okay? Because I'm the cult leader of the granny pack. Hey, grannies, how are you? Okay. Oh my God, this will be so funny. So, back in the day, okay, everybody wants to know, like, how the Blue Heart thing started. I get that question actually a lot. My two biggest questions I get is why on my vlog do I sometimes end it and I say, happy birthday, Lena? Okay, well, I'll share that story today in my vlog. But then the other thing is people ask me where the Blue Hearts came from. Okay, so let me take you back in time a little bit. This is like 6.5 years ago, and when Jeffree Star was actually at his prime, but we're going to talk about him today in reference to Tati Westbrook in this video that she did. But Sam here for the tea actually did this video, and it was covering something to do with like notifications and Jeffree Star doing like his notification crew or whatever, and like he would say on Snapchat, Instagram, everywhere, Twitter, that like if you watched his video, then put some emoji in the comment section of it, and then you would go to his comment section, you know, and it would have like just was threaded with like, let's say if it was Santa Claus, which it never was, but let's just say if it was, it would just be like, you know, flooded with like Santa Clauses throughout his video. And so she was saying that it was like him trying to see, I don't know what she was trying to say back in the day, but it was actually an interesting video because it was talking about ways to get, now, Miss Tati Westbrook, she's trying it today, okay? 6.5 years later, she's catching up to the game with Jeffree Star. I know, Tati, she's a little slow with some things like that, okay? Which is why she's just now going over to the TikTok lives. But anyway, I hope to God, I said in a video that I hope she battles Jeffree Star, and then Trisha Paytas just kind of threw it out in a podcast that I was watching the other day. She's like, yeah, she should battle Jeffree Star, and I was like, I think that's rather interesting that I literally just said that in a video like 2 days ago, and I know that she pre-films those podcasts, but that one she had filmed after I said it, and I was like, that's really interesting to me, like, you guys, you and Oscar, and somebody said, why do you think they're talking about you? Because they're talking about drama channels in Trisha's podcast. This is where the Trisha fans go crazy, you know, and I'm like, because Oscar literally mentioned my name in the video and said Peter Monn made a video. That's why I was talking about me. It wasn't just listen, I don't take shit that personally, okay? I don't. And neither do the granny pack, okay? But that's why I said it. But, you know, when I say something in a video and literally somebody else says the exact same thing, it is interesting to me, right? So it doesn't surprise me if they're still watching me that closely. No, not at all. Do I think that Trisha Paytas still watches drama channels? Yeah, I do think she watches them. I don't think she watches them for the same reason she watched them before, because not a lot of people are making Trisha Paytas videos anymore. And she knows that because she said it in the video the other day. That was her way to get drama channels talking about her, which I did. And then people commented on it and they said, see, Trisha talks about it, then you make a video about her. Well, that's what she wanted. Y'all should be happy. Trisha fans, I gave Trisha what she wanted. You know that. She talked about drama channels. We made the video. This is how it's been. It's been this copacetic relationship between us and Trisha Paytas since the very beginning. I said that in my video the other day, I got no hard feelings against her. She wants me to talk about her in a video. All she's got to do is say, hey, the drama channels aren't making any videos about me, and sure enough, I'll make a video about her. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, what was I saying? Why can't we be friends? Okay, that was the movie club, Tati, Jeff. Oh, the video from back in the day. See, I can rewind and figure things out. If you wiggle your toes, it sets off neurons in your brain, and then you remember things, right? That's what I did. I was just wiggling my toes, but you can't see it, because I always film my videos from here up. There's a reason for that, okay? It's my gut that people make fun of me for that don't like me. They think it's real funny to, like, throw up pictures of my gut and things like that. That's actually called body shaming. It's not very nice. While we're at it, since somebody wants to try to educate me on what doxing is, okay, which I take very, very seriously, because I have had my entire life doxed, and I have had the father's address doxed, and I've had my father's this doxed, and that doxed. I've even had my mother's gravestone doxed, okay? You wouldn't, like, that's fucking weird, all right? And I've had my friend's place of employment doxed. I've had her tax records doxed. I've had everything about everybody in my life doxed, okay? By the person one of the people that is accusing me of not knowing what doxing is, all right? When you're actually sending people to places that have actually doxed everybody in my life, my best friend, okay? The reason why she doesn't want to be in videos anymore is because tax records of hers were doxed on sites that you are actually sending people to. Now, I know you're afraid, okay? And the reason why you're coming hard and you're saying things like, I don't have any attorneys, well, I do, and they'll show up on your doorstep one of these days, and then you'll know that. But the reason why you're saying this, okay, is because you're scared, okay? And so you're trying to educate me on doxing. So let's actually, I've done this before in videos, but let's actually read the definition of doxing. Doxing is the act of revealing personal information about someone online without their consent. It can include information such as the victim's real name, home address, workplace, phone number, financial information, and other personal details. The actual process of searching for and publishing private or identifying information about a particular individual on the internet, typically with malicious intent. So I don't know why you continue to send people to a website that actually you and your friends posted my friend's tax records on, okay? That had to be taken down through somebody else. And yes, there was many people involved in that you think I'm not working with, okay? Or that information about my father was put on there without his consent. Information about people that were involved in the accident without their consent, like things you have up on your Twitter, like court documents that I don't have my consent. I never gave my consent for those court documents. So when you want to talk to me about doxing, I know what you're afraid of is that before you were stupid enough to change your channel name, okay? Because you had it associated with the most bigoted, racist, homophobic, and you still do, okay? Twitter in the entire world that you post on like 100 times a day, the most racist, homophobic, bigoted bullshit in the entire world. You changed your name because you knew people would associate with it, but you'd already linked your Twitter to that, right? Okay, well, it's not my fault that you linked your public Twitter to your public channel, okay? You did that, right? And that you're choosing with that account to send people over to websites that have doxed, and I have records of it, okay? My friend and all of her information, her business records, her tax records, my father, his address, and things like that. And yes, I have records of that. Even if they're not down, if they're down now, because I have them removed, I have records of that. So when you send people over there, yes, you are actually sending people over to a site that doxed me, and you have doxed me as well. And you're absolutely 100% correct on one thing. It is illegal. So thank you for notifying that, because you're saying that it's illegal. What you realize is that what you are doing is illegal. And I don't have to explain that to you because you're doing it on your own. And you made my job so much easier for me. And when I said in my video the other day that you watched so closely, that I said you've walked into every trap I've set for you, yet again, you walked in another trap for me when you said that doxing is illegal. What you realized was, and what you validated for me is, that what you are doing by sending people to sites that have illegally posted personal information about myself and people that aren't even on any of my channels, okay? What you have done, my friend Tani Jean has never given consent for any of her personal information to be over there on any site, anywhere, okay? Except for her sobriety in my videos and what she chooses to share in my videos. She didn't give you consent. My father didn't give you consent. None of my family members gave you consent. And when you're sending people to those sites, yes, you are engaging in illegal activity. So thank you for validating that for me. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate it. And the Granny Pack appreciates it. Because you know who's got my back? The Granny Pack's got my back. And I love the Granny Pack. Hell, I'm 51 and almost 52 years old. I could be a grandpa at this point, right? Instead of the uncle of YouTube or the dad of YouTube, let's just refer to me as the fucking grandpa of YouTube. I'm not afraid to get older. I love it. I love every day that I'm here. I am so fucking grateful and thankful for every day that I am still here, getting to be able to do what I want to do. You know, I'm grateful for that. Call me grandpa. I don't really care, you know? Put up old age pictures of me. I don't really care. Take pictures of my gut. I don't really care. I own every part of myself, right? I own every part of myself. I don't have to hide behind fake accounts. No, when you're watching this video, you can look right underneath it and you can see Peter Monn and you know who this is. It's my face and it's my name, right? Or do you think that's a lie too? You probably do, okay? Am I going to have to, like I showed my MSW, my Master's in Social Work degree on camera that you don't think I have? Am I going to have to show my birth certificate too so that you realize my real age is true and that my name is actually Peter Alexander Monn? Do I have to do that for you? Do you have to show my birth certificate the same way that I've had to show my work badge that I actually worked in a treatment facility, or that I actually do have my master's degree and I have to show up my diploma? Oh, but you can fake all that kind of stuff, right? Oh, girl, yes, I'm going to have to come up with a new lie. My new lie is that I love root beer. Well, that won't be really a stretch because I really do love root beer. But anyway, so I started getting sent all these DMs, right, about Miss Tati Westbrook in this last video. And I was like, what is this about? I don't really know what this is about. Did Tati come out with something? And people are like, oh, she brought up Dramageddon again. Are you going to talk about Tati leaving YouTube? And I was like, Tati's leaving YouTube for TikTok? And then somebody was like, yeah, are you going to talk about Tati this? Are you going to talk about Tati saying that she'll never stop talking about Dramageddon? And I was like, is that what she said? And that's not what she said, so don't misquote me on that. She didn't say she was never going to stop talking about Dramageddon, right? Because I went in and I watched the whole video. So I got DMs about it, but then I also put up a Q&A thing. Well, not a Q&A, but I said, what are drama topics you want me to talk about this week? And a lot of people wanted me to talk about Miss Tati. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I can talk about Miss Tati all day long. So I went over here and I watched this video about Miss Tati. Now, let me pull it up. I don't know what it's called, Life Update or something like that. Hold on a second. It's like her newest video, unless she's posted a video since then. It says, goodbye, YouTube. So yeah, when people want to come for me and say clickbait titles and all that kind of, no, okay. She put goodbye, YouTube. I think I probably put that on here once or twice, okay? So Tati Westbrook did this Q&A. It's 17 minutes and 18 seconds. Now, one thing I want to say before I get in this video that I think is very, very important. Let me get closer to the camera so I can get closer to my granny pack. Hey, grannies, how are you? Oh, my God. So anyway, I don't know. Listen, some of you might be 21. Some of you might be 28. Some of you might be 38. Some of you might be 58. Some of you might be 51, almost 52 like me, or 78 or 88. But we're all grannies. Let's all be grannies. It's like that movie, Tu Wong Fu, when they all stand up and they at the very end and they go, I'm a drag queen, I'm a drag queen, I'm a drag. We should all be grannies. If you're a we're all grannies. Oh my God, we're all part of the granny pack. I love it so much. That's why I'm a cult leader, see? I'll get everybody saying that we're grannies. And in fact, actually, the emoji to drop in the comment section below, oh, put the granny picture, the old lady, because that's what we are. That's what I am. I'm old anyway, so I can say that, right? Oh, but that's what I was going to talk about, was Sam did this video back in the day, Here for the Tea, and it was about Jeffree Star and his notification squad. This is where the blue heart comes from, and that he was like, would have people drop like, you know, Santa Clauses or something like that, and then that was like the notification squad. Do y'all remember that back in the day? Well, I remember seeing that video, and I was like talking to Sam, and I was like, I think that actually works, Sam, and she was like, well, it does, but blah, blah, blah. I can't remember what she said in the video. The video was very interesting. If it's still up there somewhere, it's an interesting video to watch. And so that was when I started the blue hearts after that. I was like, well, I'm going to try this. So I was like, if you got a notification about my video or you saw it somewhere else, put a blue heart in the comment section below. And then I started saying, if you made it to the end of my video, put a blue heart in the comment section below. That's how the blue heart thing started over here. And now we're still the blue heart granny pack. All day long, and I live for it. Okay, so all these people were sending me stuff about Tati, so I was like, I gotta watch this video. So I went in and I watched this 17-minute, 18-second video about Tati Westbrook. Okay, so Tati says a lot of things. Now, I got several titles for this video. I don't know which one I'm gonna use yet. Tati's Big Dramageddon Tell-All. Tati finally breaks silence. I feel like I've done that video like 15 times already. Tati finally talks about Dramageddon. I think that's the one I'm actually going to use. But she only talks about Dramageddon for just a couple minutes in here. So the video starts, and Tati's talking about her lives on TikTok. And she's like, oh my God, are you like loving my lives on TikTok? And she's talking about going over to TikTok. She's really pushing her TikTok, okay? And how much she's loving being over there and things like that. What's interesting is I remember covering a video of Tati's like 6 months ago. And somebody said something to her, asked her a question in a Q&A. Oh, this is what I was going to say before I got into this. I want to make it very, very clear that when you do a Q&A, like, I don't usually go through my questions first because I want to kind of like be surprised because I think it's fun to do a Q&A. But when you're actually doing a Q&A and you're showing the question on the screen, you're going through and reading the questions ahead of time and you're picking and choosing what questions that you're going to show or you're going to answer in your video. So it's a very contrived video. It's like, let me use a Q&A to get the information out that I want to get out. So for example, when I do a Q&A, I get anywhere between 200 and 600 questions, right? Now I typically, this is why I don't ever get through my questions because I answer them so long because I'm long-winded like that. But I usually just like say, like I'll just maybe read like 5 or 10 of them and then like the rest of them, you know, before I go into it. And then the rest of them, I'll just go through and scan them and like, you know, because I want to be surprised on camera. Oh, did somebody really ask me that? Something like that, you know? So anyway, like the other day I like did that. I said, what drama topics do you want me to talk about? And Rich Lux he commented and said the downfall of Jeffree Star. I was like, girl, maybe you should make that video. I think if anybody would know, it'd be you. But anyway, but I had to get a look. See, this is the thing, okay? All those drama channels back in the day. Like, you know, talking about the granny pack and things like that. Dustin Daly, whenever he calls me on the phone, he always goes, what's up, y'all, bitch? Okay? Back in the day, like, us drama channels can throw shade at each other. I don't know why these influencers can't handle it, okay? Drama channels throw shade at each other all the time. You know what I'm saying? And just like, you know, we always get in. Whenever I throw up a Q&A, they always throw in some answer in there. They always put something kind of shady or whatever. I live for it. I think it's kind of fun. You know what I mean? But listen. So anyway, So, what was I saying? Oh, so I watched this video like 6 months ago. Tati did this Q&A. Well, that's what I was going to say, is that she is very deliberately picking and choosing which questions she wants to answer in the video, okay? It's not like she's just rolling through them and answering questions like I do. She's picking out like 6 to 10 questions that she wants to get that information out there, all right? So when people say she doesn't want to talk about this stuff anymore, she don't have to answer that question, okay? She could pick the next question. What's your favorite foundation, okay? What's your favorite drugstore to go buy makeup at? She could answer those questions. She don't have to answer no questions about Jeffree Star, James Charles, Shane Dawson, and Dramageddon. She doesn't have to. She's chosen to now in 3 videos, okay? A live stream and 2 videos, she's chosen to talk about it. That's on Tati. Tati cannot wait to talk about Dramageddon, and I have a theory as to why she's waiting on this, but we'll get to that in just a second, okay? But like 6 months ago, my tripod fell right as I was getting into my Tati story. So like 6 months ago, I was watching some Q&A of Tati's because I had to cover it for a video or something like that. And in the video, somebody asked her about going over to TikTok. And she said, no, I don't really think it's for me. She was like, it's for the kids and stuff like that. And so I think it's interesting that now she's gone over to the TikTok. I actually think what's happened is, I think Tati is really worried about views. She gets in this video and she talks about that. I really think she's worried about her career. She talks about, we'll get into this in a second, but that she's not going to leave YouTube, but she feels like YouTube has broke up with her. The views are not great and things like that. And I think she like sat down with some like, I don't know, social media marketer person was like, okay, Tati, this is, and she probably paid him like $20,000 or something. They're like, okay, Tati, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take your, these people always want to, like, I can't even tell you how many emails I get a day from these people that are like, I could take your videos and I could get you to make 10 million views. I'm like, listen, okay, listen, Linda, I love you, and I love your gusto for wanting to, like, go for it and try to sell me a bunch of bullshit, okay? But none of my videos are going to ever hit 10 million views. Let's just be for real about it, okay? I'm lucky I get what I get. And like my mother-in-law says, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit, right? So I know that you could just tell the way that she talked in this video that, like, she sat down with somebody and they're like, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to start going over to TikTok, and then you're going to go to TikTok and you're going to do these lives, and then you're going to build your audience on TikTok. And your audience on TikTok is then going to come over to YouTube, and that's going to cross-pollinate your audience over to YouTube. And then you're going to get a lot of those people from TikTok that watch your longer form videos on YouTube. And then you're going to post your reels on Instagram too, and we're going to rebrand you, Tati, okay? And we're going to rebrand you, and you're going to start doing more on TikTok and more on Instagram and more in here, and then it's going to get you, it's going to build your YouTube channels up. The thing is, I kind of thought that might work like 3 years ago, and I think that's one of the reasons why Jeffree Star went over to TikTok, but I don't really think it's the case, okay? I really don't. And I mean, I just watched parts of her live stream that she did, and the thing is, to live stream for that long, it takes a lot, right? Like, it takes a lot, you know? But who knows? So anyway, she said she's going to go over, people are asking her about going, if she's leaving YouTube, going over to TikTok. And she said she needs to be where the audience is, and she loves being over on TikTok. And she says you can quickly make short content. I'm like, I'm like, okay, Tati Westbrook educating the world about the quickness of TikTok in 2024 was not what I had on my bingo card, okay? Like, she's the first one that ever knew about TikTok. Well, I don't love the TikTok, so Tati, I can tell you, I'm one person that won't be following you over there. And when you read Jeffree Star's comments in his videos, people are like, I'm so sad you went to TikTok because I don't like TikTok, I like longer form videos, okay? But what I do love is that she said that she's not leaving YouTube. And so she goes in here and she says, because so many people messaged me and they were like, Tati's leaving YouTube for TikTok. And I was like, is she really? Like, I don't think that is a smart move for Tati if she does that, okay? But somebody said, or she said she is a YouTuber first. Is she breaking up with YouTube? No. Does she feel like YouTube has broken up with her? Yes. She said she feels like it's an ex she's trying to get back, and she's going to fight for their relationship. Well, I don't really understand how you going over to TikTok is fighting for your relationship with YouTube. If that were the case, then I think what you would say is, I am never leaving YouTube. In fact, I'm going to start putting out a YouTube video and a YouTube short every single day, okay? And I am not feeding into TikTok, and I'm not going over to TikTok, and I'm not going to do any of that bullshit. That would be you fighting for your relationship with YouTube channel, okay? What you're doing is you're trying to retain your relevance. Hey, listen, I love that, okay? Fight for your relevance all day long, right? But I also appreciate somebody that's got a hustle. I really, really do. In fact, all these beauty influencers really want to complain about the fact that their channels are dying and nobody's looking as much anymore. And I'll be honest with you, I was kind of surprised. Like, I went last night and I looked at Wayne Goss, who I haven't watched in a long time, but I used to like Wayne back in the day. Wayne's getting very similar views to me. I mean, he's got millions of subscribers, you guys, you know? And I looked at some other people. Who did I note on here that I looked at? I mean, James Charles obviously is getting very good views still. But I went over here and I looked, and who else did I note on here that I was kind of surprised? Like, Nikki Tutorials, still getting fantastic views. In fact, Jeffree Star, like, when he was posting videos on YouTube, was getting 1 million views a video. Not bad, okay? I mean, not bad at all to sit there and say, nobody watches YouTube videos anymore. Well, I bet Tati Westbrook with her 130,000 viewed video, well, where is it even at today? I don't even know where her video's at today. Tati Westbrook with her, oh, it's 202,000. It was 130 yesterday. Her 202,000 viewed video, I bet she'd be loving 1 million views on her channel, you know? So I think some people are dying. But I also think that part of it with Tati is that she screwed the pooch with this whole Dramageddon thing, and she didn't handle it correctly at all, right? Which I think is part of the reason why she keeps on teasing it out, to stay relevant a little bit. Because I do think that she knows that people want her to talk about Dramageddon, okay? As much as people say, we're over it, we don't care anymore. If Tati Westbrook tomorrow came out with a video saying, finally talking about Dramageddon and sharing everything she knew, that video would get a lot of views, okay? We know that. That video, people are still interested in it. They are. And if she came out tomorrow and did a video about it, people would be very, very interested in it, you know? She talks in there about how the beauty community as a whole is suffering, and that she says views keep getting cut in half and then half again. And she said it just declined. And she said, and no new people replace them. Which, when she said that and she said she needs to go where she can find her audience, which apparently is on TikTok. I think that's an interesting point that she said that nobody new replaced the beauty influencers of the past. No, what it is no, I mean, there's a lot of people from the back in the day that are still having sustainable careers on YouTube, you know? But it's nobody that were beauty influencers. It's nobody that was in that, like, 10 that was problematic. Nobody's replaced them. But I think the thing that they learned was that people got afraid of being really problematic and really dramatic, you know? I'll be honest with you, and I kind of live for a little bit, the good drama and all that kind of stuff. If somebody were willing, and yes, they'd have 10 million, you know, drama videos. I mean, I think part of the reason, in all honesty, let's just cut the shit and call it what it is. I think, and I don't condone it, okay, and I don't like it, but I think part of the reason why Michaela Nogueira does so well is she does not give a shit about the drama, okay? She'll step right into the drama, make no excuses about it, not apologize. I mean, she is literally Jeffree Star 2.0 from 6 years ago. Jeffree Star is so afraid to be in the drama or be the drama anymore. He is so afraid to be the drama. Michaela Nogueira doesn't care. I mean, I think that's why, if you look, her views peak when she's in drama, okay? So, yes, people love a story, you know? It's like they love the story of a rock star. They love the story of an actress or an actor. They love the story of a beauty influencer. None of these beauty influencers are giving them stories anymore, right? And people are bored of it, you know? I think if somebody were willing to step right into the drama, people are like, oh, no, I'm over the drama, whatever. Well, we haven't had it for 3 or 4 years. So if somebody new came around and stepped right into it and started stirring up shit, if Tati Westbrook would get in there and say, let me tell you about Jeffree Star, with the real Jeffree Star that y'all don't know behind the scenes, let me tell you about the real James Charles, y'all, I'm telling you right now, that video would set it off, okay? Literally set it off. People would go crazy. It would be Dramageddon 6. People would be living for it. I would be living for it. It would be the best summer of my life. Do I think that video is coming? I think it might be, honestly. I think Tati is at a point where she is so pissed and so angry about what happened to her in the past, and she says it in this video, and I think she is trying to just, like, hang on by a thread, her career, and she is willing to do whatever she needs to do. She's going over to TikToks. I don't really believe she loves this TikTok bullshit, okay? She says, oh, it's so easy to do, and it's short content, and then she goes in and talks about, you know, it's not about filming 2 videos a week and sending it off to an editor, and you have to include this clip and this palette, and I'm like, yeah, girl, your editor does all that. You don't do that. People all the time criticize me. They're like, well, you don't edit your videos. Well, neither does Miss Tati. Neither do any of these people. Y'all think these people sit there and edit their videos? Shane Dawson does. I mean, he's got, you know, Chris to do it, and then he had Andrew before, and he sat at a computer and drank, you know, I don't know, Diet Dr. Peppers or some Diet Root Beers or something, and acted like he was editing. But none of these people edit their videos. They all send them off to editors. They all have editors. If you knew how many emails I get from people that want to edit my videos, I'm like, I am not paying you, okay, a third of what I make on my videos to edit my fucking videos. Like, that's the problem, Tati. Start editing your own videos and get rid of your editor. Don't nobody care how close the palette is. You ain't even getting that many views anymore anyway. Girl, I mean, cut out the middleman. Stop editing your videos, okay? Like, you don't need to hire somebody straight out of college that'll do it just, you know, for a little bit cheaper. You don't need to have the best editor in town. I mean, come on. All these people paying these. I mean, Jaclyn Hill talking about, well, it's late because I had to send it off to my editor, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. Get rid of your editor. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to take the job of editors, but all these people want to complain about money, and I think, like, that's part of it for me, you know? It's like, I went in here and I was like, there are a lot of like small beauty influencers that are still thriving and doing very, very well, that are getting consistently good views. In fact, it's interesting to me that people say like YouTube is dying, and then you look and like, and I'm just using this as one example, but like Mr. Beast in like 3 days will get like 100 million views, and his videos are longer, okay? So, I mean, they're not like 4-minute videos. And so the reality is, it's not dying for some people, okay? And so, and no, I'm not any Mr. Beast, but drama channels ebb and flow with the drama. You know, I'm getting comparable views to what I got, and I'm making a lot longer videos now. I'm getting and I can tell you right now, I'm making 45 to 50 minute videos on a daily basis because I can't shut up. But I'm telling you right now, my watch time is unbelievable on my videos, okay? It's not like my watch time means how long is the average of somebody's watching your videos. My watch time, if I'm filming a 50-minute video, is well between like, is around 35 to 40 minutes, okay? That means people are on average watching 35 to 40 minutes of my video. That means that people like long-form content, okay? They're not watching 3 minutes and checking out. So, yes, my views are comparable to where they were 2 or 3 years ago when there wasn't a lot of drama happening. There are a lot of people that are doing very, very well on YouTube right now. Maybe not in the beauty influencer space, and Tani, maybe you need to take a look at that. Maybe you were part of why that is, you know? Maybe you were part of the downfall of the beauty industry. I don't think you are fully to blame, but I think you were part of it, you know? Because there's a lot of people that are still getting really, really good views. Like I said, Jeffrey was still doing really well when he was posting. He hasn't posted a video since his last. Did he even come out and say why? He hasn't posted a video since his last release. You know, and like he was getting 1 million views. 1 million or more views is not laughable, you know? And like I said, people talk about, you know, oh, drama channels aren't doing well in the fall, the drama channels and stuff. Like, our views suck when we're talking about beauty influencers, is the truth, you know? Our views, like I said, have always ebbed and flow. Like last year, my views last year from like June to November were unbelievable. Well, that was because of Colleen Ballinger. So drama channels views are always going to ebb and flow depending on what's coming out and what people are talking about, right? So, I mean, when I talk about beauty influencers, no, people don't, I mean, they're not loving watching them, but I can tell you, based on if I looked at my views, what my consistent amount of people that are watching my videos, you know what I mean? I can tell that, and I don't even care about that. That's not something that I even look at. But these people are so ate up, and this is the thing. They are so ate up with the views and whatever, instead of looking at the absolute blessing they have to be able to work and create things in a creative way and make their own schedule and work from home. Do y'all know what that is? That's why I cannot stand when these people complain about, well, my career is dying, or I'm not making as much money over here, and I'm not doing that as much money. I mean, you literally have a blessed life of people that will buy any of the shit that you sit out there and put out there into the world, okay? And talk about, people love you. I mean, it is a blessed job that people want to watch anything that I have to say. I feel so blessed about that on a daily basis, you know? And I don't know, when I hear these people complaining about their dying careers and all this kind of stuff, we hear this all the time, right? And I'm like, I think a better question would be to ask somebody how to survive financially as a YouTuber. I think that's the better question. The reality is, back then, those beauty influencers were making millions upon millions of dollars, okay? They were making every sponsorship they were doing. They were making $75,000 to $250,000 minimum, period, end of story, okay? And I know Tati didn't take a lot of sponsorships back in the day because she addresses it in this video, but a lot of people did, okay? Each one of their videos that they were making that was getting 200,000 to 1 million views, they were making a lot of money, okay? A year. They were making unbelievable amount of money. They were never buying hardly any makeup because they were getting sent everything. So to go from making $20 to $30 million a year, which in reality is what they were making, okay? When some of these people have told me the numbers that they made behind the scenes, and I was like, what? Like, I mean, literally unbelievable amounts of money, okay? So yes, when you go from making $20 to $30 million a year or $5 to $10 million a year down to making $250 to $300,000 a year, I'm sure it is hard for you, right? So maybe ask yourself how to survive monetarily as a YouTuber, you know? Save your money, pay your taxes. How many influencers I hear that get into financial debt not paying their taxes is beyond me, okay? I don't get that, right? Pay your taxes, you know? I don't... Buy the book, you know, Total Money Makeover, you know, or Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Those are two of the first books that I read a long time ago when I wanted to get into financial shape, you know. Save money, pay your taxes, always pay yourself first, downsize. There's a reason why my husband and I decided to live in my mother's 1,200 square foot condo and stay here. We love our house. And it's paid off, and it allows us the opportunity to travel and do other things, right? I don't need to live in a $2 million mansion. I don't need all that, right? He doesn't need all that. We have such a blessed life. I love my neighbors. I love our community that we have here. Downsize. Save your money for a rainy day, like when your views aren't great on YouTube. You know what I mean? These people, to me, a lot of them are like, it's like they were, either they were lucky or they were smart. But I think some of them were very smart to get where they got to. But then I don't know who they're listening to about, and they're crying a river about all this kind of stuff, right? You know, diversify your output, which is kind of what she's doing a little bit with going over on TikTok and things like that. You know what I mean? You know, it's like I said, I hear about these YouTubers going broke, and I'm like, I asked myself the question when I started over here, what can I do to make sure that that never happens to me? Because this is a blessed job. To get on video every single day and just figure out, what am I going to watch a 20-minute video of Tati Westbrook and turn around and make an hour-long video about it and people want to watch it? That is a blessed job. To sit in your patio and talk for an hour about your life and what TV shows you're watching and what's your favorite coffee, that is a blessed job, okay? What do I need to do to make sure that I don't ever lose this? Like, that's the question, right? You know, I don't know, girl, hustle a little bit more, you know? Instead of making maybe 2 videos a week and sending them off to an editor, get rid of your editor, learn to do that shit yourself, you know? I don't need to. That's why I'm not a beauty influencer, you know? Cut the beginning off and the end off. You know, that's the easy part right there, you know? So anyway, I don't know. It just... So it feels to me like she sat down with a branding company who was like, okay, hot Tati, okay, here's what we're going to do. You're going to do these TikTok lives, and they're going to boost your YouTube channels and stuff. We'll come back in 3 months and see if it's really working for you, girl. See if your YouTube views are boosting through the roof. I hope they are, okay? But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think that's the case. I'm just going to tell you right now, okay? I think you're going to, like, burn yourself out doing these TikTok lives. You're not going to be happy doing it, and you're not going to see a whole lot of improvement on your YouTube channel. That's just my guess from watching social media trends for the last 7 years, okay? But that's just my guess. I'm just going to tell you that right now, okay? She said she'll be there till the bitter end and it's not looking good. I don't know what she means by that. That she thinks that YouTube is going to be gone. I mean, listen, YouTube has been here for a long time. I ain't giving up on YouTube, and there's a lot of people that ain't giving up on YouTube, okay? And I feel like the thing with all these beauty influencers is like, okay, I'm going to leave YouTube and go over to TikTok for a while, and it's going to save my career. Girl, if you can't make it on YouTube, TikTok ain't going to save your career. Why do you think Jeffree Star ended up doing all those TikTok battles? To stay relevant. Why do you think Jeffree Star is tipping himself allegedly from his own account, okay? So that he can win these TikTok battles, to stay relevant. It's not that he went over to TikTok and he gained all this fame. For a while he did, because people were like, oh, Jeffree Star's on TikTok? That's what'll happen with you. People will be like, oh, Tati Westbrook's on TikTok? But it's not sustainable. What's sustainable is reinventing yourself on YouTube to the point where you find a new audience. It's not always finding your audience. It's finding new audience, people that want to watch you, and be thankful for the people that stuck around. None of these people are very thankful for the people that stuck around. It's like when Jeffree Star came out and said, nobody's watching videos on YouTube anymore. What about the million people that were watching your videos? You're not thankful for those millions of people that have put money in your pocket and bought your homes and your private jets? I mean, it's sad to me, the lack of gratitude that these people have. Oh, I'm going to go find my audience. My audience is on TikTok. My audience isn't on TikTok. Some of them probably watch TikToks. My audience is right here watching this fucking video today. Tati, I don't know where your audience is, okay? But if you got to go look and find your audience, you're ignoring those 202,000 people that actually watched that video. And that's sad to me, okay? What you're saying is, I am not thankful for these 202,000 people that watch this video. I need to go find all these other people out there, okay? Because that's not good enough for me. Maybe focus a little bit on gratitude, you know? Maybe a little bit sitting in the gratitude, you know, and being thankful for what you have. You know, and paying it forward with gratitude a little bit. You know, all these people out there want to talk about all this, and I'm this kind of person, I'm that, I'm that, blah, 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 whatever, okay? But you don't live in all that, right? So anyway, it goes on, and she what was it say? So then she goes on and she says, and I am glad that she said she'll be there till the bitter end, and we'll see if she is or not. Then she goes on and she calls out this notifications and subscription thing and the butterfly emoji again. And this is all comes from Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star started this back in the day with the notification crew, okay? And I don't dislike this idea. I think it's actually a smart idea, right? And so, but it's interesting to me that she's doing it. Now, I got a lot of DMs specifically about this. So I think I don't think they really have an issue with the fact that she's doing it. I think it comes across as if she's desperate, right? I would love if Tati just got in a video and she said, listen, y'all, and she kind of does, she kind of walks around it a little bit, but she said, listen, I'm desperate for views. Ain't nobody watching my videos anymore, right? Please leave, if you got the notification for this or you're watching this video, please leave a butterfly in the comment section below. I'm so grateful for you that are still watching my videos. There's none of that, right? It's blaming YouTube, blaming notification, blaming people unsubscribing or subscriptions being taken away from her, having to go over, it's all this, right? It's no taking responsibility or being grateful for the audience that you still have. And this is consistently what I see with every influencer on their way out, okay? Because you can't be grateful for what you have. Yeah, in the last 2 seconds of your video, you're like, and I'm so thankful that you guys watch this video. Well, you know what? Half your audience is already checked out by those last 2 seconds, Tati. And she's going on, people don't know that she's still on notifications, is what she says. And I'm like, she gets all these comments. She said, people will be like, oh, I didn't know you were made a video. I didn't get the notifications about it. Or I was unsubscribed to you. And I'm like, girl, I've been talking about this for years. Like, I've been talking about this for so long that I stopped talking about it because I got bored talking about it, okay? And what it is that, when I started talking about this, like in 2016 or 17, and I said that people were getting unsubscribed to my channel, and people weren't getting the notifications, and people were being unsubscribed unknowingly, people made fun of it and said it was a glitch, okay? And they were like, oh, girl, because I said it was a glitch on my channel. And people said, oh, the glitch is getting Peter Monn. There were videos made about it. People were making fun of me about it. Those same people that were making fun of me about it behind the screens are the same people that it's happening to today, right? Oh, the glitch caught up with you, girl, okay? It caught up with you, Miss Tati. The glitch caught up with you, all right? It happens to everybody. Happens to everybody on YouTube. People are constantly being unsubscribed from people unknowingly, okay? Nobody gets notifications for anybody. It's not just you, Tati, okay? It's everybody. I stopped talking about it years ago because there was no reason to. I worked with a YouTube manager for a very long time that told me the source page was coming from my homepage and that he couldn't figure it out and IT couldn't do anything about it. And that was the day I was just like, if IT at YouTube from a partner manager is telling me that they can't do anything about it and he's been working on it for weeks, there is no reason to continue to fight the system. If I lose the subscribers, I lose them. The people that like me will find me. The people that like me will find me, whether my notifications are on for them or not, whether they're subscribed to me or not. I get a lot of people that say, oh my God, I just found out, I realized I wasn't subscribed to you anymore. They unsubscribed me from you. They still found my video. Look for my videos every day, I post every day on at least one of my channels, period, in a story. This month, I posted every single day in my vlog. People are like, you took 3 days off. I'm like, I posted an hour and a half, 2 hours the other day on my vlog. I post on all of my channels, okay? I post regularly on one of my channels every single day. Go look for my channels, if you're like, oh, I haven't seen Peter today, So she's out here complaining about it again. Girl, this is not new. This is not new, When the problem is that when these people have big numbers and they were getting big views on their channels, they didn't notice, right? They didn't notice that people were saying to them, I didn't notice that I didn't get notified about your video or this or that. They didn't notice that because they had such big numbers, right? That it didn't mean anything. This is where I say that when you get big numbers, you get lost in that. The gratitude is lost. You don't start seeing one number as one person, okay, watching your video. I've never lost sight of that. Thank God for channels like my Peterson's channel where I may get 300 or 400 views on that video because I can really realize that it's one person watching that video. But these people have lost sight of that. That's why it takes them from getting million viewed videos to 200,000 viewed videos before they realize, oh shit, something's going on, right? Well, maybe that oh shit moment is you, Tati. Maybe it's not just YouTube, It could also be in your involvement with Dramageddon, where you chose not to get honest about your interactions with James Charles and still haven't to this day. Yet you set that fire, right? You're the one that came out with the accusations, and then you were the one that came out and closed those accusations and said y'all were going to get Jeffree and Shane, but that never happened, right? Okay, so you're the one, and then you continue to hint at it in video after video after video. And she says in the video, somebody asked her question, do you think about all those people who did you wrong got theirs, something to that effect, right? And she's like, no, and she's like, I don't really like to believe in karma, and I mean, but she's like, yeah, I'm very still like, you know, angry about it and whatever. And then somebody asks her why she's doing sponsorships, and she says, and there are tons of legal fees, and she wants to bring back Tati Beauty. And I'm like, at least she was honest about this. People get videos and be like, I'm just doing sponsorships now because I changed my mind. At least she's fucking honest about it. I appreciate that. You know, I wish you were that honest about all your disclosures, Tati. All those affiliate links that you don't link that are actually affiliate links, okay? Or you don't disclose appropriately per the FTC guidelines. Actually, Amazon yesterday, I thought this was really interesting. Amazon yesterday sent out an email to all of their Amazon people, their partners, reminding them of FTC guidelines and outlining what you have to do in the email. So we'll see going forward if these people did it, because if I got the email, I know they did too, okay? So, Tati, you have not been disclosing appropriately in some of your videos. All right? So, I hope you can be as honest with your disclosures as you have been on this video about why you're doing sponsorships. She talks about being honest about products. Somebody asked her, like, has being honest about products or doing honest reviews ever gotten you into trouble? And she said, absolutely. And then she goes on to talk about the sister of the Too Faced owner being aggressive with her and basically saying, you don't talk about big owners. Like, girl... Is she still out there? Is that woman still out there spreading her lies and stuff? Oh my God. She has sided with some of the wrongest people in the industry, okay? I thought it was so funny that Tati brought her up. When she brought her up, I was like, it was literally, when I was watching that video, it was like that Jasmine Masters and I was like, oh, did she just say her? Oh, she said her. One of the most problematic people in the beauty industry. Did Tati just say her? I live that Tati said her name, okay? Oh, she has been behind the scenes befriending some of the wrongest people in the industry. Oh, girl, Stories I could tell. Stories I might tell one of these days. Then somebody asked her, will you talk about Dramageddon again? And she says, no, if people would stop talking about it. And then she says, I need to get through litigation and I'll make my mind up then. And then she says she feels screwed, she's mad, and she has rage. She's not fully healed from it, okay? And I'm watching this, and she says she has a hard time with the past being brought back up, and she's so close to the trial being done. She says those two things together. She has a hard time with the past being brought back up, and she's so close to the trial being done. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh, this is the reason why Tati hasn't come out and talked about Dramageddon yet, right? Because she says, I need to get through litigation, and I'll make up my mind then. And I'm like... oh, because she says she feels screwed. She has anger and rage related to the situation, right? Because she feels like she was done wrong with these people. But you have to remember, Tati has talked about being deposed. Tati has talked about taking a stand, what she was going to wear when she was, testifying and all that kind of stuff. If she testifies to something, all right, that somebody else could file a lawsuit against her, she has to wait till this lawsuit's over, okay? When this lawsuit is done, and she said they are very close to wrapping it up, I have a feeling that when this lawsuit is done, Miss Tati Westbrook is going to come out singing like a bird about Dramageddon, okay? She is waiting for this lawsuit to come out because she doesn't want anything to be used against her. She doesn't want to impeach herself, and she doesn't want anything to be used against her. She wants this trial done, okay? She wants it over, and I don't blame her, all right? I feel bad for about this whole situation with this trial. And I think when it's over, she'll start Tati Beauty again, and I think to hype it up, I think the way that she'll do it is she'll come out and talk about Dramageddon, and she'll talk about all the people that did her wrong. And I think Tati's got a lot to say. You know, Tati, when you go back and you watch the videos from Jeffree Star, James Charles, and Tati Westbrook was the only one that really referenced legal in her videos. And when I was going through my text messages with James Charles, and I said something to him about legal being involved, he was like, no, legal was never involved, okay? So legal was never involved on James Charles' end to end it all. Legal was never involved on Jeffree Star's end to end it all. So Tati Westbrook was the only person that sought legal representation because she was so worried about what she said. What could she have said in a video that have really screwed the pooch for her, you know? What could she have said that would have caused multiple lawsuits? Well, I think she's waiting for this trial to be done. And once the trial is done, I think she's going to sing like a bird. Okay, she has hinted at this in so many videos now and live streams. Her husband threw it out during the live stream. She's talked about it in 2 or 3 videos. She keeps on bringing it up in Q&As. She's going to talk about Dramageddon. You better get ready, okay? People ask me all the time, you think Dramageddon 5, 6, or 20 is coming up? I don't know, but I'm going to tell you right now, Tati Westbrook is going to spill the secrets of what went on behind the scenes, okay? She is waiting for this court case to be done, and then she will come out and she will talk about it. Because because she wants to cleanse herself of it. Tati is somebody that needs to cleanse herself in the truth, okay? And she's going to come out and she's going to tell some truths. So get ready for it, because I'm ready for that video. When this court case is done and it is closed and it is wrapped up and she knows she can't say, nothing that she says in a video can be used against her, nothing that she says in a TikTok live can be used against her. When that happens, okay, the way that she laughed when her husband asked her about talking to those people, or James Charles or whatever, and she kind of laughed and made fun of it, she is ready to talk about this. And it is going to happen when the court trial is over. That's what I think. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.